All right, yo, what's up? Today, I wanted to come make a video about the WoW Community Council. So, just to preface this before I start talking about what I wanted to speak about with the Community Council, I want to say that this is directed at nobody in particular. This is just something this is just generalizations that I've noticed. I don't want for this to come across like I'm talking about one person specifically. This is more just like a generalization of points of like things that I've seen and things that we're just going to talk about. And so this isn't targeted at one person. You should not harass people. I don't know why I would need to even say this, but you should not harass people. This is just a generalization. So first off, I just wanted to say that the Community Council has been out for basically a week now, and maybe a little bit longer than a week even at this point. And there's been some really yikes posts lately. I don't want to talk about specific posts, but just the general context and like the general tone of a lot of the posts has been problematic. I also feel like it's starting to become like another Reddit, like another WoW subreddit. And so what do I mean whenever I say that? I see these posts and it's people talking about parts of the game where they are interjecting themselves into things that they don't know a ton about. And so like the Community Council was made and they tried to get like, or at least what it seems like is that Blizzard tried to get like a diverse amount of people and a diverse amount of thoughts because there are a lot of aspects and elements of the game that particularly are underrepresented. Right, so something like pet battles, or something like the 1800 PvP bracket, or something like Mog farming. Right, like these things may be underrepresented, and they're just maybe errors and blind spots for Blizzard in terms of like what people can get feedback about. And so thus the Community Council was made to allow Blizzard, hopefully, to alleviate some of these blind spots and to help get some of these underrepresented groups just easier feedback. And the reason that I say I think it's becoming a second Reddit is because it's not like because the people that are on the Community Council, at least right now, don't seem like they're trying to improve the areas of the game in which they are like subject matter experts. Instead, they're trying to improve whatever element of the game that they are like, they think, or like they hear from guildmates, or they believe that they want changed. And so then they'll make posts like, Warrior needs a 4th spec, and give a bunch of like fan fiction, I guess is how I would describe it. It's like a fanfic post, like, I wish that Warrior had a 4th spec, and this is how I would create it. And it's like stuff like that is like, it's fine, and it's cool to want stuff like that. But at the same time, I don't think that that's like feedback that is very valid in terms of like trying to improve the game. And even then, I don't even know if why would these people be qualified to be giving feedback like that for the Community Council? Like, what makes them qualified? And especially since it's like coming on things that they don't know much about. Additionally, stuff like that. In addition to that, people talk about trying to convert mythic rating into like giving flex, like making mythic rating just completely flexible. And sure, that's fine, but at the same time, it's like, there are a lot of posts that don't have a lot of substance, and they just feel like they're these idolized things, right? And so it feels like it's really becoming like a second Reddit, where people are just like upvoting and downvoting stuff, and it's just like something where it's not okay. Obviously, it's only been a week, right? I doubt the developers are even reading it at this point, but it's something that I can see it becoming a slippery slope and becoming underutilized just because of that. So what I think, and if you're on the Community Council, this is like what actually needs to happen. It's like the people who are selected for the Community Council need to focus on what is their area of expertise and try to improve that part of the game. Like if they're an expert in pet battles, I doubt there are very many people who know pet battles as well as you do, right? If you're super into pet battles, and that may be something that you can give a lot of feedback for. You shouldn't be looking to comment on every single post and just throw your 2 cents in. Just because there is a microphone for the community feedback people to speak into, it doesn't mean that you always have to have something to say on every single post. And it's like one of those things that I think that people believe that because they were selected for the Community Council, they believe that they need to comment on every single post. And it's not exactly the case. You should be looking to comment on your areas of expertise. And that, I think that's something that's being lost right now, is that people are just commenting on everything. Additionally, I feel like there has just been a clutter of posts that aren't going to go anywhere, at least in the early stages of the community council. And that is kind of worrisome because, like, are the community managers or the game developers or whoever's supposed to read this feedback, are they going to start like looking through this and being like, dude, this is just like the forums extended edition, and like they already state that they read feedback on the forums. What exactly is going to make this community council different? And I think that the way that I would approach this, at least if I was on Blizzard shoes, I would ask, I would just like make a topics post. I'd be like, this is what we're thinking about doing. How do you feel like this would impact you in the game? Do you like this? Yes or no? And try to get people to articulate their thoughts and opinions better than people trying to make, I'll describe it as fan fiction. People trying to make fan fiction posts about like wanting whatever changed about the game. And it's like, those things are good, right? And like there is a time and place for those, but I do not believe it is the World of Warcraft Community Council, and I think that needs to change. Right now, I really just do not want this community council to be a PR stunt, and I'm very concerned that it is, especially with how some of the selections have like played themselves out, and like some of the things that have been posted. It really does worry me with like what has been said. Although I do hope that it kind of gets reined in. Maybe there's like an etiquette post on like what exactly the community council is supposed to be about, and people aren't like exactly allowed to go hog wild. In the meantime, that's going to be it for me today. I want to hear your thoughts on the community council. And if you guys have any differing opinions, what would they be? If you could change anything about the community council, also what would it be? That's it for me today. Goodbye.